November 1942. The deep blue waters of the Pacific Ocean were cloaked in the shadow of war. The United States had plunged headfirst into the inferno of World War II. Barely a year after the attack on Pearl Harbor, young American soldiers were setting sail for faraway islands: Guadalcanal, Tarawa, the Solomons, New Guinea, each name a haunting blend of death and glory. At the center of this story stands a young American soldier, Sergeant James William Herbert, a 25-year-old from the small town of Oswego, New York. He had dreamed of studying history at university, but when his country called, he joined the Marine Corps. His friends used to say, "Herbert isn't just fighting history, he's recording it." But they didn't know. He would become one of history's own mysteries. The Jungle of Guadalcanal, December 1942. Thick jungle, the drone of insects, the steady hiss of tropical rain, and at intervals, the crackle of distant gunfire. Herbert was part of the 1st Marine Division, tasked with one mission: to defend Henderson Field. At that time, the airfield was America's lifeline in the Pacific. If Japan captured it, the entire Solomon Islands chain would fall, and the Pacific would become a graveyard. Every night, Herbert wrote in his notebook, "It rains again. The mud is endless. Food is gone. Mosquitoes bite through our souls, but we still laugh. Because as long as we live here, America still fights." Then came the night of fire. Japanese troops crossed the river under cover of darkness. The Marines were asleep when the first explosions tore through camp. Screams, gunfire, chaos, and then silence. When dawn rose, dozens were missing. Among them was Sergeant James W. Herbert. His notebook was found near a muddy trench. The last line read, "Tonight the forest breathes differently. If I don't return, remember, not all battles are fought in daylight." And he was never seen again. 2019, The Rediscovery. In the thick jungles of Guadalcanal, a U.S. recovery team searched for lost soldiers. While digging through wet earth, they unearthed a corroded metal box. Inside, a leather-bound notebook. On its cover, Sergeant James W. Herbert, and on the first page, written in trembling ink, "If you're reading this, know that I never vanished. I am here, in every leaf of this jungle." The following pages described unbearable survival, drinking river water, watching friends die, hearing strange noises in the dark. Something moves when we sleep. We hear it breathe, but it's not human. Then the final entry. Just 3 chilling words. They are here. The mystery deepens. Those words reached the Pentagon. Some claimed Herbert had been captured by a Japanese patrol. Others believed he had lost his mind. But the local tribes told a different story. They said the American soldier lived among them for years, calling himself a spirit of the forest. An old tribal chief named Taniro swore he had met him in 1943. He was bleeding, his eyes full of fire. He said, "Tell them, Henderson Field's still breathing." Then he disappeared. Inside Herbert's notebook, a dried leaf was found, from a rare tree that grows only in northern Guadalcanal, a place where no U.S. unit ever reached. How did Herbert get there? And how did he survive? Echoes through time. In 2020, American historians visited that region. They discovered markings on an ancient stone wall, engraved words in English: "Never forget us." Back in 1947, Herbert's mother in Oswego received a mysterious letter with no return address. It read, "Mrs. Herbert, your son fought bravely. he didn't die in vain. Tell the world he saw something beyond war. A friend from the jungle. That letter remains preserved today in the U.S. National Archives. No one knows who wrote it. Unearthed proof. Later analysis of Herbert's diary revealed increasingly erratic entries. There's a strange light deep in the forest. The ground shakes at night. We hear a sound, like wings made of metal. Some historians believe he was describing a secret Japanese underground lab, possibly experimenting with early sound wave weapons. But others insist Herbert witnessed something not of this world, a presence beyond human understanding. Drone scans in the northern hills revealed a collapsed tunnel system, its walls carved with old American service numbers. One carving stood out, WWII, 1943. Near it, remains were found, bones of a young Caucasian male about 25 years old. DNA tests matched the Herbert family. After 77 years, Sergeant James William Herbert was finally home. 2023, the return home. In a small ceremony in New York, Herbert's notebook was displayed to the public. Veterans, historians, and families wept. A simple Marine from Oswego, forgotten by history, had returned through his words and courage. The notebook's last line, written in an unknown hand, read, "He sleeps with the jungle now." Epilogue. Even today, locals of Guadalcanal say that on rainy nights, you can hear faint footsteps near the river, the steps of an American soldier, rifle on his shoulder, eyes calm and watchful. Perhaps his spirit still guards Henderson Field, where he once whispered, "This field still breathes." James William Herbert was not a legend. He was a man of blood, bone, and unbreakable resolve. His story reminds us that history doesn't only live in books. It hides beneath the soil, in the sound of rain, and in the final breath of a soldier who refused to be forgotten.